Hello fellow RVers, this is Gary with Rough Road RV Life and Sharon behind the camera. We like looking at freedom, so it's a little bit windy out here, sorry for the wind noise. So where has freedom brought us? Well, we are at Sea Rim State Park here in Texas. It's right on the Gulf of Mexico. Sabine Pass and Port Arthur is up the road that way a little bit. So that's kind of the general vicinity of where we're at. And we're going to let you see what Sea Rim State Park is all about. And there's mosquitoes flying everywhere.
There's one on your cheek.
Yes. So we're going to brave the mosquitoes just to bring this video to you people.
Heads up, there are mosquitoes here. Check it out. Whew. Jumping quick. Oh my God. Wow, you got in really super duper slow.
I had to get my seatbelt. Got him.
Yeah, they're everywhere. 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 Okay. Well, we'll get this review started as soon as Mr. D quits slapping at the futile mosquitoes, because he's not going to get them. Entering the park. You have firewood and ice for sale there. So you have to go to the right.
That was the check-in station we just went through.
And oh, we're gonna do the day use first, the day use area. But look, there's some of the marshes out there. The Blue Crab day use loop. We'll see our views through the window because its mosquitoes are like horrific if you open the windows. Very scenic park. Too bad about the mosquitoes. Vault toilet. That's all they have here are vault toilets. There are no showers, and there's no dump station right here in this area. 3/4 of a mile away. Picnic area, but I can't imagine having picnic out here. And I've read from the reviews that these mosquitoes are a problem year-round. Like we're in winter right now. Actually, today is Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving, everyone, even if you see this a few weeks later. Now here, you can drive on the beach, and you can even camp on the beach. Ooh. We're rolling the window down for this little pig. Look at there. So amazing. That guy's sitting in his car to fish.
Don't blame me.
They're not as bad down here on the beach. That's a good thing. So up that way is a shipwreck. How far? Check it out. 7/10 of a mile. Yeah, I'll be doing some beach hiking here. And then 3 shipwrecks. Ah, nice. So there's some shipwrecks around here. He's looking at his fishing app. All right, day use area. Now onto the campground. So there's a nice walkway that goes to the beach over there. This is a small campground. I think there's like 15 sites. back to the park headquarters right there. They do lock the gate at night. You have a gate code. This is the Piping Plover Camping Loop. It is 50 amp and water. And that's Site 1 we just passed. This little day use parking area. Right here is Site 2. And on the left is Site 13. On the right is Site 3. And on the left is Site 12. Here's some back ends. So 4 is a back end. And Site 5's on the right. Site 11 on the left. And then we have this little loop here, which we're on. That goes by Site 6, a back end. And we are Site 7 right there. And we can see the Gulf out our windows. No problems leveling. There's also a site on our left. It is Site 14. And here's Site 8. And it goes on around there. There's 9. And that must be 11 over there. Site 15 is right there. So here is there's 2 beaches that you can drive on.
East Beach and West, and in the middle you're not allowed to drive on. But you can't because they have posts there. So
yeah,
you're not going to go that way.
You won't make that mistake. And the cool thing is you can take your dogs down here.
You can beach camp.
Yep. So there you go. Gulf of Mexico. So to the left there, you can see the post. No motorized vehicles. And then to the right, you just head on down the beach. Really good beach combing around here, I have heard, read in the reviews. And even last night, I was finding some really big shells and found a coconut. But I was worried something was living in it, so I left it. Don't want to take any habitats, you know. And this just goes on for how far? Miles.
Well, look at all those garbage can posts all the way down there. Miles.
Yeah, so there you go. I mean, where can you go to have this beach experience without crowds? I'm from Florida. It doesn't happen. How cool is this? Of course, I don't think you want to be swimming in that water. There you go. Boat ramp. Kayak launch. Kayak rentals.
And that's the kayak trail.
Yeah. Rental cabin. Ah, well, that's nice. Mosquitoes are coming back in. To not tease the alligators. Boat ramp. Dump station right there.
Just not in the park.
Just not in the park. It's up Park Road 69 right here, which is 3/4 of a mile from the park, the campground.
see they got a fish thing.
Yeah. So we're out driving around and we find this beautiful lake. Oh, that sign said what? It said
Star Lake.
yeah, but it said something between two dates, and I can't remember what.
Something about crabbing. Fishing.
So yeah, you can come up here and fish and just drop your kayak right in the water.
Okay, so that was our tour of Sea Rim State Park here in Sabine Pass, Texas, close to Port Arthur, Texas. And as you can see, it's just one loop. I think there was a total of 15 sites. We had a concrete pad. We have 50 amp service, 50 amp power service and water. They do have a dump station. However, at this park, they do not have a shower facility. They got some vault toilets. The dump station is 3/4 of a mile out of the park, down the main road, and you make a left, and that's where the dump station is. So if you're going to use a tote, it's a little bit of a haul with the tote to dump a tote. Now, there are no real trails in this park, but you can walk your dogs on the beach. Anywhere you want to on the beach, the dogs are allowed.
And I know, that is so amazing. It's so amazing that your dogs are allowed on the beach. And the beach is hard packed, so you can ride your bike.
Yes, and there are miles of beach here. It's
Miles.
not just a little bit.
Yeah.
There's 2 roads from the park that you can drive out and go either one way or the other way down the beaches.
You can camp on the beach if it's allowed. Right now, it's not allowed. And you can camp in your RV even, or your travel trailer.
And now going with our Verizon service was terrible. There's just no way around that. It's just awful.
But in saying that, I was able to upload a video. However, I cannot get on today to respond to comments, and I have not been able to respond to comments. So go figure.
So if you're going to depend on Verizon, as far as us, I wouldn't do that.
I have read, I think a couple of other carriers do work better here, but not Verizon.
And I'm not going to totally fault Verizon, because where we're at Sea Rim State Park, you are like out in the middle of a marshland. I mean, there's nothing really around us close, so I don't even know where the nearest tower would even be, because we're out here on this like I said, we're out here way out in the marshland somewhere.
Yeah, we're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
This is a little drive to get here, but we wanted to be on the Gulf. I hope you can see it.
Now the aesthetics of this park, of course, are the beach. You have surf fishing. Now if you buy your camping pass that the stickers that you get to hang in your window, that also serves as your fishing license. So you don't have to buy a separate fishing license to fish on the beach here, to surf fish. You're covered.
Bonus.
And they also
as
have
it should be.
several lakes up in the
Texas.
park area that you're allowed to do crabbing, if you like to crab for like blue crabs. Now they do have a kayak trail here. The boat ramp is, once again, it's out of the park. It's over by the dump station, and they have different lengths of that trail that you can kayak on if you choose to kayak. It's more of a freshwater kayak. It's not ocean kayaking or Gulf kayaking.
Marshes. Kayaking around the marsh. And they actually have a trail there. I did not go because I did not know how narrow it is, and the mosquitoes here are so bad that you have to cover up. Like, I'm wearing 2 pair of pants.
Yes. Just
because they will bite through. They're horrific.
Now I did talk to one couple that did do it, and they said it's pretty much a very narrow, shallow ditch, like that you go for several miles. Then it kind of opens up into several lakes, but there's like fingers in there, and it's not well marked. So you can go from that to that.
Yeah, but I'm sure it would be lovely.
Right.
But the mosquitoes.
So
not a fan.
So like we said, the mosquitoes here are just off the chart.
Yeah,
unless you're out here.
Yeah, well, that's why we're out here on the beach. Well,
yeah.
Because to show you the beach, but it's so amazing. But there's no mosquitoes out here. In the campground itself, the mosquitoes they just swarm. We actually met a couple that left after their first night here because they couldn't take the mosquitoes that got in their RV. We too had a 404, I'll never forget, in the morning. It was the second night we were here. We woke up because we were being eaten alive, and you look up at the ceiling and they were everywhere.
Yeah.
And so we had this massive mosquito murder going on that morning. Blood all over our RV, having to wipe and clean up the ceiling and all where we splatted them. My hand was all bloody. Should have taken pictures.
Should have, but
Our dogs freaked out and had to get in bed with us. And so I couldn't figure out how are they coming in. Now they do come in with you when you go in the door because they just hover around outside. But they were coming up through our dash, I suspect. And so I plugged it. I plugged it with blankets, and now our mosquito problem, I mean, we're on day 5 or 6, and we're, you know, we have to kill the ones that come in.
yeah,
But
you've got to go in quickly.
yes, it's not like the first night, but like that other couple, they left, and I read in reviews that people have like, no, we're out of here, because you can't sit outside.
It's just too bad.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Now, another thing I'd like to point out, this just good with people, or if you like to fish. Right now, this is called low tide, and you can look out behind us and you can see the Gulf, and there's a sandbar over here that you can walk out on. Now, when the tide comes in, it's going to come up this beach, almost all the way to the grass. I say that's 200 or 300 feet. It's going to come up this beach area here.
It's a huge
Yeah.
tide coverage.
So yeah, it's so I would think, I'm not an expert, but I would say if you're going to fish here, you have to fish at low tide so you can throw off the sandbar out and past the breakers. Otherwise, you're standing up in the grass, throwing about where we are now. Anyway, so that's that.
It's a small park. There are
Yeah.
only 15 sites. There's a nice boardwalk that goes out. There's deer or hog. I'm not real sure, but there's some type of animal that runs back and forth here. It could be deer and hog because they look more like hog prints, but usually there's a bunch of hogs. I know our dogs smell something up in the brushes, so in the brush, the reeds, the marsh, but we haven't seen any wildlife. Okay, there is another boardwalk. We haven't been down there. We don't know if it's open or not.
Okay.
It did rain 100% for how many days? What were we here?
Three days, and then we got a day of sun today, but tomorrow it's right back to pouring again.
Yeah, so it's been a just torrential rain, which is good because it kind of beats the mosquitoes down.
A couple of friendly bikers.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, I guess we can't really say much more about this. It has its good points and it has its bad points.
It does, but it is only $20 a night.
Yes.
So, hello, you can't
There you
beat the
go.
price. And come out and spend your time out at the beach. You're fine. You're fine. You just have to get from the campground to the beach area.
Then you're good.
And if you wear multiple layers, and it's been chilly, so that has not been an issue. So we've enjoyed our stay. It's been good to be back on the Gulf. We are Floridians, and the Gulf feels like our home.
Yes.
So it's like, whoop, there it is right there. And beachcombers, you will love this. There is so much wood and shells and things that are washed up, and nobody's out here. Nobody. So you might see a surf fisherman every now and then, or a bicyclist, but pretty much you got the beach to yourself
Yes. At this time of the year.
at this time of year. And this is November.
Yes.
We were actually here for Thanksgiving.
Now, I would say in the summer this place is probably hopping because they got trash cans all up and down the beach. So anyway.
Yeah. So it's been an experience. We'll call it that.
So I guess we're going to wrap it up now. And so this is Gary and Sharon with Rough Road RV Life. We like looking at freedom. Follow us on our journey. Click like and subscribe. And we hope to see you on the road someday. Safe travels. Take care.
Bye.